Cassidy Arch is pretty cool. You can walk across it.
Scored a mixed berry pie. Petroglyph areas scattered. Riley and Bailey here with the Ope-a-Bear YouTube channel. Today, we're checking out Capitol Reef National Park. Come along with us as we see what this place has to offer.
This thing is wild. I think it's a meteor. It's probably not. This is Glass Mountain. It's not that tall. It's not a mountain. But it is made of like quartz or something. I'll have to insert what it's actually made of across the screen here. But it's like shiny and sparkly and does not fit into anything else in this landscape. And so it just looks really random and weird. And there is temples. So we're gonna go check those out now. But yeah, this thing's real random out here. Pretty neat.
We made it down into Cathedral Valley, checking out Glass Mountain, the Temple of the Sun and the Temple of the Moon. Don't be intimidated by the drive to get here. It's a little more than a gravel road. Could easily be done in a two-wheel drive vehicle. There are some spots where go through some washes and you'll need a little bit of clearance, but overall it's super easy to get to. We're out here this morning at arguably the most famous trail in Capitol Reef National Park, the Hickman Bridge Trail. We got here a little after 6 in the morning. We're the only ones in the parking lot. It's wide open, first week of May. Park's pretty quiet. Fills up a little more in the afternoons. We came by yesterday and a few times and the parking lot was plumb full every time we came through. So I recommend getting here at a decent time, and you might have a little solitude on this one. First glimpse of Hickman Bridge comes in at about 0.6 miles deep, 278 feet of vert. It's pretty easy to get up here. A few steps up, a few steps down. That's about it. We're 0.83 miles in, 376 feet of climbing. We made it to the bottom. What do you think, Bailey?
It's not so much a bridge, more of an arch. If I could walk across it, I'd call it a bridge.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be pretty tough to get to the top.
Maybe the next one.
Maybe the next one. Just wrapped up the Hickman Bridge hike. Clocked it at 1.88 miles, 526 feet of elevation gain.
I had 1.98 miles.
I started my hike late.
So I'm more accurate.
About 2 miles and 550-ish feet of climbing. It's pretty cool. Pretty pretty big arch up there. You can't climb on it.
It's an arch, it's not a bridge. Don't cross it.
You can't climb on it.
It says on the sign, prohibited.
As you head west from Hickman Bridge towards the Fruiter District, there's a little pullout for some petroglyphs that are up on the rocks. There's a couple little boardwalks. Walk out and check them out. Super accessible. As you're walking down the long boardwalk, make sure you take your time and really look at the rock faces. There's we found 5 or 6 different little petroglyph areas scattered around that as we were going down, we just turboed right by them thinking that everything was at the end, but there was quite a few along the boardwalk. So make sure you pay close attention, you might miss something. Waited for the Gifford House to open at 9. We got in there. First one's in line. Scored a mixed berry pie, a cinnamon roll, and what else?
I got a strawberry rhubarb pie.
A strawberry rhubarb pie. We're gonna go try to hike Cassidy Arch, and then we're gonna mow those things down. So we made it to the Cassidy Arch parking lot. It's actually the parking lot for a few different hikes. With this hike, we're looking at anywhere between 3 and 3.5 miles, depending on where you look, and roughly 2,000 feet of elevation gain. I'll keep you updated on the way on what it looks like. Oop. Okay, we just hit the 1 mile mark, 450 feet of vert so far. It was quite a few man-made steps in there. Flattens out in a couple spots, so it gives you a little bit of a rest. But we don't really know what the final count or estimation for vertical is. One app says 2,200 feet, the sign says 600, the math at the bottom of the trail says 950 or something like that. So we'll find out when we get up there, I guess. First sight of the final destination comes in at 1.1 mile and 499 feet of vert. Not much change since the 1 mile mark. Relatively flat with a little bit of incline, but not much. Right there. That's where we're headed. We made it all the way to Cassidy Arch. 1.7 miles, 730 feet of vert. It's really not too bad. The first mile and a half was a lot of steps. The last half mile or so is walking across a lot of this sandstone, slick rock. So it's really not too bad.
So Cassidy Arch is more of a bridge than Hickman Bridge. Hickman Bridge is more of an arch, but Cassidy Arch is pretty cool. You can walk across it. It looks scary from one side of it, but it's pretty wide as you go across. So I would recommend. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a cooler view than you would expect walking up to it. You're like, yeah, that's cool. And then you get there and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. So recommend. It also was not nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. So that's a plus. Woo.
We just got back to the trailhead, clocked it at 3.5 miles with 910 feet of elevation gain. Overall, we picked it at a good time, hit it when it was in the 60s, so it wasn't too hot. Highly recommend doing this one. This was a great hike. A little bit of climbing the first mile is the toughest, but after that, once you round the corner and can see the arch, it's pretty easy to do. Highly recommend this one. Next up, we're gonna do the Scenic Drive and probably wrap it up from there. Capitol Reef Scenic Drive begins with about 8 miles of pavement. Then it turns into gravel, carrying you through deep canyons into the massive Waterpocket Fold. The Scenic Drive follows the western edge of the fold. A monocline formed 65 million years ago when the same tectonic forces that built the Rockies buckled this section across upward by 7,000 feet. Wingate sandstone on one side, Navajo sandstone on the other. 200 million years of geology stacked like a textbook. The road starts near the Fruita Historic District, a tiny Mormon settlement from the 1880s where families planted orchards in the Fremont River floodplain. Those apple, peach, and pear trees are still here, still producing. The National Park Service actually maintains over 300 of them, and you can pick your own in season. 2 miles in, you pass the Grand Wash turnoff, a slot canyon that's also the trailhead for Cassidy Arch. 3 miles later, Capitol Gorge. A spur road here dead ends at pioneer inscriptions carved into the canyon wall. Names and dates scratched by travelers in the early 1900s. The full drive takes maybe 90 minutes if you stop at every pullout. It's a great way to end your day in Capitol Reef National Park. Just wrapped up our day in Capitol Reef National Park. I highly recommend this park. It's the least visited in Utah, but it is so cool. With that being said, if you like what you see, hit that like button and the subscribe button. Next up, we have Bryce Canyon. We'll go down to that park tomorrow. Spend a couple days there, and then that'll be it for this trip.